Sharpe. At the time of this report, it is 7:53 a.m. Shannon Sharpe is trending #1 on Google Trends worldwide.
You know, because he had them accusations, and I don't think Uncle Shannon is gay. You know what I mean? But I know he wanted to get that monkey off his back, and I think he put that on himself.
I'm extremely embarrassed that a very, very private, intimate situation, the audio can be heard. And I'm extremely disappointed in myself.
So afterwards, he was bragging about it.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, Ocho, I was saying that up, Ocho. You saw that guy with a bag, Ocho!
Ocho.
Yes, sir.
Real talk, they call these draws for the Hall of Fame. These draws go into the Hall of Fame. You know how when you have an outstanding performance, they want the jersey, the cleats, the glove. Oh, these draws go into the Hall of Fame. I ain't lying to you, Ocho, for real talk.
Yeah, and they fired Paul Pierce for just having girls in.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Y'all go out there.
Do you practice poly? You interested in poly?
I'm going to have 2 wives.
Okay, so I'm seeing Finesse2Tymes. You know Finesse2Tymes? Old rapper. Yeah, old Finesse2Tymes doing some kind of poly. You know what I'm saying?
Together?
Yeah, it's
some women want to live together. Me personally, I think every black woman needs their own queen.
You know, I did like a couple of girlfriends. Is this
right?
Yeah.
See now I'm back in 2.
So you got 2?
Yeah.
And they both know about each other?
They both together right now.
Then I'm okay with that, but we're gonna have to do some kind of lesbian check to make sure this ain't no freak off when I'm not home. You know what I'm saying? But I think under... I better not catch no baby oil open when I get home.
Okay.
I don't currently have 2 women, but I'm gonna have...
How do you go from not having 2 women to having 2 wives?
But see, me and my wife gonna have a contract. Because I'm telling her right now, you got one time to come in here with a loosey-goosey.
What's a loosey-goosey?
You know what a loosey-goosey is. Come in here with a pop rubber band if you want. Come in here with some sex crumbs in my face. You got one time to come in here smelling like old condoms, and his marriage is over. Okay, now I think he's regained himself. You know, he did his little freak thing with the.
That was a publicity stunt, you think?
I believe it was. You know, because he had them accusations, and I don't think Uncle Shannon is gay. You know what I mean? But I know he wanted to get that monkey off his back, and I think he put that on himself. Because when he spoke to Ocho Cinco afterwards, he was bragging about it.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, Ocho, I was saying that up, Ocho. You saw that guy with a bag, Ocho!
Yeah, and they fired Paul Pierce for just having girls in.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and they did nothing to him. So I know that he probably had some clearance to do that. All right, get that off, man.
Yeah. Now, I mean, that don't technically clear you because you can be bi, as many of them are. But I think he okay. I wouldn't put that on Uncle Shannon. Coonish, absolutely. Rainbow Ganger, I ain't gonna put that on Unc.
I was watching a stream with Aiden Ross and Andrew Tate. You familiar with Andrew Tate?
Yes, I am.
Andrew Tate said something, and I want you to respond to it. He said that if there was an all-white town and an all-black town, no, I asked you.
Go ahead.
If there was an all-white town and an all-black town, who would want to integrate first?
The black people will want to.
That's what he said.
Because we are so thirsty for Caucasian validation.
But he didn't say it for that. He said it because, and I want you to respond to that. He said it because he felt like that the all-white town would be better, like have better gas stations, not based on current, just that, in my opinion, it was
Yes, because the white folks have access to greater capital. But if the black people have equal access to capital and we are beyond our self-hating tendencies, I think the white people would want to integrate first. Because if they understand anything about the histories of Black Wall Street, our independent communities did far better than theirs. They used to come and learn from us. They used to come and get loans from us. And when you look at the inventions of this country, look at all the shit black people invented. Give black people the wealth and let us do us with the free mind. Can't nobody touch us on the
And so he was speaking about on an even playing field. So he was saying, without all the constructs in place, just if we segregated and there was a black town and a white town, who would want to integrate first?
I'll ask it like this. Whose culture is more exploitable and marketable on a global scale? White culture or black culture? Hands above the rest, it's black culture. What do we take from them culture-wise?
Exactly.
Very little.
Yeah.
What does the world take from them culture-wise?
Right.
Very little. European culture, in many respects, not completely, because I don't want to be disrespectful, but in many respects, it is a parasitic culture. They got where they got by exploitation, murder, and theft. There is no America. There is no British Empire. There is no French Empire. There is no Belgian Empire without exploitation, murder, and theft. The modern world that the white man presently controls, although the Chinese are about to take it over, was built on blood, exploitation, and theft. That is a fact. Sharp.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And they always come get
sharp.
stuff from us, like you
We
said.
invented the technology that allows cell phones to be used. We invented the technology that allows the internet to be used. We invented the technology that allows these lights to be on right now. That was Lewis Latimer who did that. When you look at the most important inventions in world history, we easily got 50% of them. Easily got 50% of them, bro. You ain't getting there without us.
Right, that's what I didn't get that, and I wanted someone.
And that's
like
another
you to
reason
respond
why
to.
I want a moratorium on sports in the black community, because our boys are so narrow-minded in their pursuit of athletics that they're not even tapping into their scientific genius. They're not even tapping into their medical genius. They're not even tapping into their engineering genius. Imagine how much further we would be if we just gave athletics a break. Think about that,
I
yo.
don't think that, bro.
Oh, man,
I don't
please.
think everybody can be a genius.
Have
I
you
don't think
seen
everybody
these-
can be a genius.
Everybody can be.
A genius.
You don't have to be a genius. Do you know most medical doctors graduated at the middle of their class? They didn't become medical doctors because they were geniuses. They became medical doctors because they were committed to achieving.
Right, right.
It's achievement.
Right.
They were hard workers. I wasn't a genius. I got recommended for mental giftedness. I failed it. I'll pass it now because I know all the answers. I get the damn test, right? But I failed it. You understand? I was a hard worker. My best friend, Mark, rest in peace, he died last year. He was true MG. MG, it come to him like this. We had the same grades, but for him it was easy.
Right.
I had to work a little harder.
Yeah.
There is a such thing, and I want my parents to hear me. A hardworking child, an overachieving child, is not necessarily a gifted child. But that's not a problem, because most people who are successful in this world were not successful because they were gifted. They were successful because they had the discipline to achieve their goals. Discipline is 20 times more important than giftedness.
Yes, yes. Do you think there'll be a civil war if Trump isn't reelected?
I believe, and I'm glad you brought this up, November the 5th, I don't care where y'all at, but you better be in the damn house or around black people. If Donald Trump loses, I think there's going to be white violence against blacks. If Donald Trump wins, I think there's going to be white violence against blacks. It's either going to be...
Either way.
Either way. It's either going to be a victory celebration of violence or it's going to be a defeat celebration of violence. So there's going to be violence against black people if Donald Trump wins.
Whoa.
Or loses. Either way. November 5th, I wouldn't be caught around white folks when the election results are read.
You truly believe that?
I absolutely believe it.
Even if he win, I see lose and I see that it could get
Even if he
slippery.
win, even
but
if he win.
winning, I'm gonna smoke one of y'all if he win.
Did y'all see how the rednecks been beating up black Trump supporters at Trump rallies? Somebody just sent me a video. Bro, they're beating up black people who support Trump at the Trump rallies, bro.
I didn't. Damn.
And one thing, there's a million reasons why I'm not going to vote for either one of them. But an additional reason why I will not be voting for Donald Trump, I do not like the way that he's weaponizing stereotypes against our Congolese immigrant brothers and sisters and our Haitian immigrant brothers and sisters. He's inviting violence against them.
You talking about they're eating the dogs?
Eating the dogs. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you how slick he is, though. Let me tell you how slick he is. Why did he say the same thing about the Latino migrants? Why did he say the same thing about the Venezuelans and the rest of them? Why he only picking on the black ones? You know why? Because he wants an open relationship with those countries. And he also knows that whether he closes the borders or not, American industries will take their companies elsewhere if Donald Trump don't continue to let the migrants sneak across the border. You know why? Because if they are not allowed to pay them under the table, they will go to Cambodia and Vietnam and get kids who can work for $1 a day. Listen to what I'm saying. It don't matter who becomes president. The migrant crisis will not stop because it's the only thing keeping big business in this country. That's why he attacked the Congolese and the Haitian and won't say a damn thing about the Mexicans and the Venezuelans because he know he ain't gonna stop them from coming over here.
Do you think they can?
It's way more migrants of Latino origin than Congolese and Haitians. Who the two blackest immigrants? Congolese and Haitians. There's way more of them browns than these blacks. Why you picking on a few blacks? Y'all don't let Congolese in here like that because you know you can't attack them because you have no interest in stopping the migrant invasion of America. Brothers and sisters, we are being replaced. And if we don't come together and create a world of our own, we will be done with in this country. Within the next 10 years, they will not even mention black people's issues. And that's one of the reasons they're calling us people of color. And stop calling yourself a person of color. By calling yourself a person of color, you're allowing them to kill the black agenda. You're allowing them to push you into solidarity with other groups who hate you as much as white people do. And then them same people you identify with, people of color, they're going to use them to silence you. What do I mean by that? Right now, they're holding surveys of people of color, Arabs, East Indians, Latinos, Asians, and they're asking them what they think about reparations for blacks. And guess what? Overwhelmingly, these other non-white, non-black groups are saying they don't think reparations is necessary. They think America has moved beyond race. These are the same people you identify with every time you call yourself a person of color. And guess what? They are overwhelmingly against your reparations. If you keep calling yourself a person of color, they're going to be able to vote in issues that matter to you. Stop it. We better go back to black, American, African. Be careful with that people of color. You're putting yourself in a corner that you will not be able to get out of. And if you identify comfortably as a person of color, why doesn't their opinion matter about black people since all of you are a single group, people of color? Stop it.
Do you think that do you think it was true they're eating the dogs?
No, that's not true.
Do you think they can reverse engineer that?
What you mean?
Send somebody over to
I'm going to tell you what I do hope. First of all, Congolese are the oldest people on the planet. When you meet a Congolese, you're looking at the descendant of the original man and woman. They are the spiritually strongest people, okay? The Haitians, they're the most revolutionary spiritual people. Remember what they did. They defeated Napoleon Bonaparte.
Yes,
a slave army defeated the white man's greatest general. Right?
They went hard.
So when you pick with them two groups, you messing with God's children. Listen, I practice E5. I don't practice Haitian voodoo. But to all my Haitian voodoo brothers and sisters, I want you to unleash the biggest curses on these crackers that you can measure up. My Congolese brothers and sisters, I want you to unleash the biggest curses on these crackers that you can. Make them pay for all that they said about you. Unleash them.
So where did he get this from?
Put a hex on all them devils.
What do you think Trump got this? They're eating the dogs.
They made it up. He wanted to weaponize white.
Made it up out of thin air.
They made it up. Old stereotypes. Shit, they said we used to eat animals and stuff like that. Yeah. He made it up to weaponize white folks. Racism gets you voted in office. Racism wins votes. Why do you think Hillary Clinton called us super predators? Why did George Bush call our women welfare queens? Racism gets you votes because white people are racist, all of them. Racism gets you votes, and Donald Trump is energizing that base, them poor white people, to make sure they come out and vote for him. See, the reason the Democrats went with Kamala Harris is because in the last election, 10 million more women were registered to vote than men. 10 million more women across race. 10 million more women were registered to vote than men in the last election. So you see what they're gambling on. They saying even though she's an East Indian, right, artificial black woman, we're going to gamble that Kamala Harris can bring us more women votes than Trump. There's more women in America than men.
Right.
If Kamala can decisively bring to the Democrats more female voters than men, she'll win. That's what they're gambling on. But here's my thing. I'm not too sure white women want the brown woman over the white man. Are y'all following me? I think they talk that feminist crap, but when they go into that election booth, because nobody knows who you voted for, it's completely secret. Them white women gonna pull that thing for Trump. They're not going for Kamala Harris.
So what is the motivation behind the victory violence?
Because white people have always celebrated through abusing blacks. Do you realize that our pain is their original pastime?
Yeah.
They would go out and randomly get a black person and hang them and skin them and burn them and make their kids watch them. Violence against black people is the original amusement. It's the original sport. It's the original pastime of America. And then they would skin us, and they would make purses out of our skin. They would make shoes out of our skin. They would make Bible. Y'all don't know that? Even after you died, you were still valuable. They said that black people's skin was a better leather than any animal they could find. And that's why when you go into some of these antique shops in Tennessee, look at some of the leather you see. That might be one of your ancestors' skin.
Goodness gracious.
Yes.
That's heavy, man.
Yes. Heinous. Heinous.
That's heavy.
Inhumane. Yes.
Yeah.
And this is whose ancestors you want in your child's DNA when you lay down and make babies with them.
Do you think that, and we're about almost done, so we're finna close out in just a second.
And when we done, whoever want a photo, we can take
for sure. Child support.
It needs to be overhauled. Child support needs to be overhauled. Now, don't get me wrong. It costs money to raise a child. I didn't say it should be eliminated. It needs to be overhauled. I am of the opinion that child support should go on a card, the same way welfare payments go on a card. And you could only use them for certain things. I see too many women using child support to take care of themselves and not the child. Something needs to be done about that. There also need to be some limits imposed because especially with these celebrities, I'm seeing men pay out too much money. Kanye West has the highest child support in American history. I think it's $250,000 a month. Okay? And to his credit, he ain't complained because he's a billionaire. He can afford that. But something got to be done. And I think a big reason why black men are not committing to our women, one of the big reasons why we don't see more marriage is black men are afraid of what will happen if this relationship goes south. Alimony plus child support, that can destroy your black man. Even if you're middle class, you've got a good income, that can break you down. So if we want to heal the black family, we're going to have to heal that child support system as well.
Have you ever been on child support?
I'm on child support now for my 13-year-old. And I was on child support for my 22-year-old.
See?
Yeah, and
that's where it's coming from. I feel you. I ain't on it though, but.
No, remember, I didn't say it should be done away with.
Right.
You follow me?
Right.
They need money. I was put on child support because I didn't marry the mothers of my children. They both wanted to get married. And what I said was, I didn't dismiss it.
Right.
Because I would love to be married to the mother of my child. But your pregnancy is not going to dictate family. What we're going to do is let's continue to date and explore this. If they would have been patient, they would have been married in 12 months because I am that type of man. I couldn't let them know that.
Right.
But they were so arrogant in feeling like I was obligated to wife them up that they showed me their true colors too soon.
Right.
And I saw the type of woman I was dealing with. Not to say that there's anything wrong with them,
right,
but I saw how they were with me. And I said, she ain't the one who can walk.
You having any more children?
Will I have any more children? I would love to have a son, but there's no way to guarantee a son. You know what I mean? But you could go through all that.
A little Dr. Umar be
I'm
hard.
not doing none of that in vitro type, but a surrogate, no. I would like to have a son, but because you can't guarantee it, I might pass it up. But it's not out the question.
I think that'll be interesting. A small Dr. Umar. That'll be very interesting. You will teach him.
He's going to come out of his mother. Black queen forever. Nobody's never.
Are you? Do you practice poly? You're interested in poly?
I'm going to have 2 wives.
Okay.
I don't currently have 2 women, but
Right.
I'm going to have.
How do you go from not having 2 women to having 2 wives?
I don't think it'd be that difficult. I think most men in our lives, we've often dated more than one woman at a time. It ain't enough of us to go around. You know, it's something we do. Very few men.
Dating them separately though. We talking about poly ain't a...
Poly don't mean they live in the same house.
Oh, okay.
No,
So I'm seeing
don't think
Finesse2Tymes. You know Finesse2Tymes? Old
Yeah,
rapper.
yeah.
Yeah, old Finesse2Tymes doing some kind of poly. You know what I'm
live
saying?
together?
Yeah, it's a...
Some women want to live together. Me personally, I think every black woman needs their own queendom. I do.
That's-
So I don't.
now that's
if my
boss
wife
talk.
said we want to live together.
That's boss talk.
Yeah. Now, if my wife said we want to live together, then I'm okay with that. But we're gonna have to do some kind of lesbian check to make sure this ain't no freak off when I'm not home. You know what I'm saying? But I think under. I better not catch no baby oil open when I get home. But I think they're gonna be in 2 separate homes though. You know what I mean? Because I got 2.
How you gonna run 2 homes like?
Well, remember now, my wives are activist wives. Like, I need you to understand that they're more helpmates than wives.
So Suki
Because
could
I'm
be...
gonna tell you why. Why does the pastor always end up sleeping with the help? Because in many respects, she became a wife by doing so much for him and holding him down so much, she earned the intimacy. Are y'all following me? Any man who works that closely with an unmarried woman, if she's doing that kind of work, sooner or later, they're going to cross that line. That's human nature. I'm not even going to play with it. You understand? Because my 2 main assistants will be the wives. So I ain't even got to go through all that. Because here's my thing. I value marriage so much that I do not plan to cheat when I do it. You see what I'm saying? I'm not cheating. I'm not doing it.
So you think some people plan to cheat? I'll get married, but shit, I'm still gonna do my thing.
Most men marry because they want to shut the woman up. But he don't plan to curb his sexual appetite. See how quiet it is in here? And marriage does not cure promiscuity. It slows it down for a year. And he's back out there thirsting.
With a ring
And the
on.
women do for that matter. Because I'm going to tell you something. Being a school psychologist, working in the schools with the teachers, I think one of the reasons why I didn't get married so fast is the amount of married women who openly pursued me. And some of them were just married this year. I'm like, you are a newlywed and you trying to give me the Cinnabons already? You feel me? Like, yo, you got to know who you marrying out here, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm like, there's a man somewhere who loves this woman and she all in the school psychologist's face. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Now,
boy.
could you see yourself?
Women marry for security, not for monogamy.
Yeah. Yes, and
Men
a woman
marry
has
for
told me
structure,
that.
not for
Yeah.
monogamy.
A woman has told me that
Women marry
specifically.
for security.
Yeah,
not for
but
monogamy.
with poly, like, cause you.
But see, me and my wife gonna have a contract. Because I'm telling her right now, you got one time to come in here with a loosey-goosey.
What's a loosey goosey?
You know what a loosey-goosey is. Come in here with a pop rubber band if you want. Come in here with some sex crumbs in my bed. You got one time to come in here smelling like old condoms and his marriage is over.
Now, if Suki wanted to be with you, would you entertain that?
I would entertain it because I believe in the redemption of the spirit.
When I seen you kiss her, I said, oh, he likes
I
her.
kissed her on the cheek though.
Of
She's
course.
beautiful.
Don't nobody.
Sukihana is beautiful.
Yeah,
She's
but the lips
stunningly
ain't
beautiful.
used on everybody, Doc. You ain't gonna give me that.
What?
You ain't just kissing every woman you see.
On the cheek, I kiss all the queens on the cheek.
That ain't true. I've been around you since 18. Since 18, Doc.
Suki was looking extra good in Miami.
That's what I'm telling you. And so
I was looking extra good in Miami.
Does she? Do you think that she's like? I guess that's personal. I'll leave that out. You know what I'm saying? Because it feels like something's there with y'all, and it doesn't feel like you're scared to.
I respect the fact she respects me so much.
Yeah.
That she don't want to waste my time unless she ready.
I think the poly thing is interesting. You like thick women, right?
Ooh,
Curves.
five thick in the thighs. Cinnabon.
What's up with the sexual appetite? You got a sexual appetite too,
No, I
right?
just like my woman curvy.
Uh,
I just like me curvy.
you heard him. He's at 5'5", thick in the
Butter almond, butter pecan, sweet brown sugar, chocolate, walnut, almond, butterscotch, fudge,
Man, what's your
pina
next?
colada, African lemonade.
What? African lemon. He said African lemonade. I ain't never heard that one. What's your next couple of what's next for Umar?
The school, obviously, but in terms of stops, Dallas, Howard University students, they putting on a comedy show in Arlington to kick off the homecoming weekend. That's going to be on the 16th. Then I'm off to London, come back from London. We have our Nat Turner, November the 11th, Nat Turner Martyrdom celebration. So Nat Turner was hanged November the 11th. So every November the 11th, we honor him in the Nat Turner Army. If any of you have never been to the Nat Turner Trail to experience that tour, consider coming with us. NatTurnerLibrary.com is the website. Fly into Richmond, Virginia, Newport News, Virginia, or Norfolk. Those are the 3 closest airports. They're all an hour away from the Nat Turner land, and it's a great time. And then after that, shoot, it's almost time for the Kwanzaa tour. I don't know where I'm gonna go this year for Kwanzaa. Probably Atlanta, probably Houston, probably Memphis, or Nashville.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna make a couple stops.
Yeah, because we couldn't move this to November to give me more time. He was like, man, I want to try to keep it in October. So we had about 8-9 days, and I just made it happen.
But I'm on my victory lap, God willing, because once the school open, I ain't gonna be able to travel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all gonna have to come to me. I've been coming to y'all. Y'all gonna have to come to the school, and y'all gonna love it because we're gonna have so much going on, so many activities, so many programs. We're gonna have a day where we just pamper the sisters, the brothers. We do their feet and give them massages and feed them. And it's just gonna be heaven on earth. That's what I'm calling FDMG. Because although it's a school by day, it's gonna be a community healing center by night.
Right.
And we're gonna do everything. So some of y'all gonna be up there all the time. Find out the quickest way to fly to Philly. Philadelphia is 20 minutes from the front door of our school. Delaware is Philly's backyard. So y'all need to get on the airline, see if there's any flights that go straight. I'm pretty sure American goes straight to Philly because y'all gonna be spending a lot of time up there. Some of y'all might even want to buy a little investment property up there. And if you do decide to do that, make sure you go to wilmingtonlandbank.gov. That's the site where you can get all the cheap properties. Some of y'all who know how to fix up properties, wilmingtonlandbank.gov. A lot of people that already moved up there. I'm meeting people every day. Doc, we here now with the kids waiting. You know what I mean? So I gotta open the school.
Right.
Because this family's
That's
there.
what I'm
They're
saying.
already there.
They want it now. They definitely
so
want it.
I think we're gonna be the next Black Wall Street.
Right.
I think Wilmington gonna end up being, I think I'm gonna attract so much energy. It's already predominantly black city. That I think we're gonna end up, Wilmington, Delaware gonna be the next Black Wall Street.
What made you consider doing a 20 verse 1?
The 20 verses 1, first of all, I never even heard of it until a brother texted me and said, would you consider doing the 20 verse 1? So I posted it. I always ask my supporters because they know more than me. Then somebody else invited me. Then somebody else invited me. So I said, if I'm gonna do this 20 verses 1, I might just do it my damn self.
Yeah.
Get 20 curvy queens, right? And just do the 20 verses 1. I might do it if they pay me right, because I know that's gonna get buku views, you feel me? So they're gonna have to come with some real money for me to do that, but I think I'm just gonna do it myself, because I know what I like, you know what I'm saying? Natural hair, I'm gonna do it my way.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because me and Drewski did it his way, you know what I mean? But I wanna do all natural queens and everything like that, and I'm gonna do it classy. It ain't gonna be no hood thing.
Right.
It's gonna be classy, but ladies, if you haven't heard, I do have my own podcast coming out, reality show. It's gonna be called A Date with a Doctor. And what we're gonna be doing is exposing black female entrepreneurs. But the setup is a date. So you're gonna come in, we're gonna have dinner, we're gonna expose a black chef, male or female, right? Put their business out there, what they cook, we're gonna eat and we're gonna talk. We just having a conversation about life, love, politics, relationships, and then we're gonna do one slow drag, especially if you're curvy, right? And then we're gonna go for a walk, and that's gonna be the end. And we probably gonna do about 2 of them a month. There's gonna be a website, an email. So if you gotta own your own business. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you sell cupcakes on the side. You just have to have a business because we want to promote you, right? This is all about showing love to our sisters. You got to be an entrepreneur. You got to have natural hair. You cannot have a date with me if your hair ain't natural. So maybe you got to get an afro wig, do what you got to do, right? And you cannot be a bunny hopper, okay? And if you are a chef and you say, Doc, I don't want the date, but I do want to be one of the chefs for the date, we can help you get your chef business out there too. So you can do it either side. And brothers, you can also be a chef too. You know what I mean? So all that information gonna be coming soon. I'm looking forward to it. You're gonna have to come to me though. Most of the Date with the Doctors will be held in the Philadelphia, Delaware, Southern New Jersey, Northern Maryland area. Basically just flying to Philly, and we're gonna do them there. We will do some traveling, but most of them are gonna be local because I'm gonna be by the school. But I'm really looking to expose natural black women. That's the other thing. You gotta be all natural from head to toe. Your eyelashes, your ass, your breasts, everything gotta be all natural.
Suki's not natural.
I don't know about that no more, because the last time I saw her, it looked like she undid some things. No. It looked like she undid some things.
As long as they undo it, they get for you, it's cool.
No,
you done it. Undo that.
She was looking very organic. I think, what's the sister who took out what's the light skin?
Black China.
Black China.
Yeah.
You feel me? She took out all that, you know what I mean?
So you cool with, this is a good conversation, you cool with having it done, but just revert back, baby, and I accept you.
I believe in redemption. If you revert back, I can live with you.
I believe in redemption.
If you revert back, I can deal with you.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Date with a Doctor, you got to be all
That's going to be dope, man. Do you got a
natural.
network for that? You looking for a network? You looking for?
I'm still exploring. I just
Yeah.
want to get that first one taped.
Right.
And
Pilot
go through it,
type
you know what I
thing.
mean? Because it's a
and see
real
what it's
simple
like.
thing, but it's powerful. Because I want to talk to, all we see from black women on mainstream media is sex, materialism, ratchetness.
Yeah.
I want to give them the other side of black women. Calm, cool, professional, collective, who got more to talk about than fingernails and hair. Y'all feel me? All natural black body, natural black hair, having a decent conversation across the table from their brother.
Yeah, that's going to be a dope experience, man. It's going to be definitely dope.
I'm looking forward to it.
You know, like I say, I appreciate you.
If you need me to come in and do a motivational word for the women or the men or the elders or whoever, you know, I don't charge for that kind of stuff. Text me for the
So
donation.
you about to shut down all these YouTube dudes. That's coming.
Honestly, I don't care about them. Like, I really, like when you focused on your mission, you don't care about that stuff. Let them do whatever they're going to do. You know what I mean?
So you don't feel, do you get asked about it by your real fans and stuff though? Do they be like,
People
man, I
ask
seen
me,
the video?
the most frequently asked question for Dr. Umar, they asked me this the other day in Toronto, Canada. How do you keep going given the state of mind all of our people are in? And how do you keep going given the amount of detraction you get from your work from the YouTubian struggle streamers? 3 things. Number 1, I was born to do what I'm doing. I don't think it's an accident. Number 2, I have a relationship with the Creator that I like to cultivate every day. I need to get better with it, need to be more consistent with my spirituality. All of y'all do, okay? All of us do. So I'm living my life, I'm living my mission, I'm living my purpose. When you know why, you can put up with almost any what. Did y'all hear what I just said? When you know why you are here, you can put up with almost anyone. 95% of all suicide victims never found a purpose. If they did, whatever caused them to take their life, they would have got through it. Purpose is king. Knowing why you live will get you through anything. Purpose, relationship with God, and number 3, I know I make a difference, man. Like the one thing that has kept me is when you get an elder send you a text message like 70 or 80 and be like, hey, I almost gave up on black people until I found you. I had an elder. He texted me, y'all. He said, you the only reason I haven't given up on black people. He said, if you are a effing fraud, I swear I'm done with us. That's what he said. You know what I mean? Or you get somebody run up to you and say, you're the reason my son ain't in jail. I've had couples come up. You're the reason we didn't get a divorce. Like some of the stuff people have told me, I'm like, are they really talking about me? I had a couple come up, we named our son after you. I had a brother text me today. He got my face tattooed on his leg. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
the way I touch people, it's hard for me to believe that there isn't a calling on my life.
Right.
You know
and you
I mean?
knee deep, man. You've been doing this stuff
My whole life. I don't know nothing else.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's
Who are you outside of this?
Same person. It's no difference.
If you had to stop this today for like health reasons, would you be okay?
Psychologist, I would still be helping people. My mother, thank God for my mom, she raised us to be givers. We were never takers. You know what I mean?
Right.
We were always givers. So that's going to be with me. I've been that way my whole life.
But you know how like athletes have trouble walking away from the game. Like, you know, their identity is kind of wrapped up.
Frederick Douglass died with his shoes on. Marcus Garvey died with his. Who didn't? All of our leaders died with their shoes on. You know what I mean? Before their time, many of them, but they all died with their shoes on. I'm doing the same thing.
Right.
I'm doing this till the ancestors call me back. And when I come back in the next life, I do it again. That's why you got to finish good, y'all, because you're coming back. Most of us don't achieve God consciousness in one lifetime. 80 to 100 years, you're going to be back. So make sure you leave good, because they say that the way in which you left this life sets up how you come back in the next. And some of y'all won't be back for a century. Some of y'all won't be back for 2 centuries. But some of y'all coming back the next week after you die. And some African cultures, they believe that when you are near your last, your soul can actually incarnate in a newborn. So you can literally go into your new body before you leave here, if that's how quick you're supposed to come back.
Wow.
See, the Christians, you know, and I love my Christian brothers and sisters, they say only through belief in Jesus you have eternal life. You had eternal life when God sent you here. You're either going to keep coming back eternally till you fulfill your purpose, or you will achieve it and be merged with God forever. But eternal life is your birthright regardless. It doesn't require you to believe in any religion or any savior.
What set you on this path, though, as a young man? Like,
it started for me in the 3rd grade. We lived in Jacksonville, North Carolina. I didn't have a big brother, so I said I wanted to be the big brother for other kids, because my father, he was a pretty stern father, and I ain't had nobody to talk to. So I said, when I grow up, I'm going to be the person that everybody could talk to. That was 3rd grade. When my parents divorced and we got back to North Philly, the elementary school that I was in had a Black history class. This wasn't required by the school district. It just so happened that this principal and that principal made this happen for my school. So I had Black history in 4th grade, Black history in 5th grade. 6th grade, my father takes me to my first family reunion in Baltimore. That's when I found that I was related to Frederick Douglass, you know, and I'll never forget that family reunion, y'all, because I almost drowned in the Days Inn Hotel swimming pool. I jumped in the deepest pool of water, can't swim a lick, and guess who saved me? A big-breasted snow bunny. She came right over there. My sister came, but she said I almost pulled her under, so she left me. And the bunny came, and I saw 2 big white titties, and I just grabbed them. And I'm here today. Black power. Wherever that snow bunny is, I want to say thank you, ma'am. You saved the future prince of Pan-Africanism. I know you wouldn't have done it if you knew back then, but you saved the future prince.
ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Umar Johnson.
Black power.
Listen, so